In global politics, things can change within hours, and that's exactly what we can witness in case of Donald Trump and India. One day he was saying something that almost sounds like a warning, and the next day he completely changes his tone. Now, why does this matters? Because when a US president makes such comments, the whole world pay attention. And for India, these words are not just talk, they directly connect to trade, diplomacy, and everyday lives of people. So let's look at what happened. Just a few days ago, Trump wrote that India and Russia seems to lost to deepest and darkest China. Now, those are very strong words. Basically, what he was trying to say is that by maintaining close ties with Russia and also engaging with China, India is somehow slipping out of America's hand. These came at a time when US had already imposed 50% of tariff on Indian goods. Imagine half of the value Indian exports being taxed. That's a huge burden on Indian businesses. Naturally, people started asking, has Trump finally given up on India? Is this the start of breakdown in relations? Yes, Trump has already done huge damage on India-US relations. But then within hours, Trump gave a complete different statement. Suddenly, he was saying, I will always be with Modi and describing India-US ties as a very special relations. He also said there was nothing to worry about. This is where things get interesting. And whenever a leader takes such a sharp turn, it means there is something deeper going on. Now, on top of Trump's own words, his advisor Peter Navarro went on spree of harsh comment. He first told Bloomberg that the Ukraine conflict is a Modi's war. Then he claimed India had become a laundromat for the Kremlin, meaning India is helping Russia escape sanctions by buying oil. And he didn't stop here. On TV, he said Indian Brahmins are profiting from the war. Think about this. No other country makes such remarks on any other country. One of the closest Trump's advisor openly targeting India in this way. This clearly shows the pressure building up inside the White House. How did India respond? Not by getting defensive, not by running after America to explain itself. Instead, Prime Minister Modi simply shifted the focus. He went to China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. His first visit there in 7 years. There, he was seen smiling with Xi Jinping and hugging Vladimir Putin. That single image of Modi with two of America's main rivals sent a very powerful signal. India is not desperate. India has choices. If Washington pushes too hard, New Delhi can open other doors. And this isn't just happening at leadership level. Even inside India, people are reacting. Now, alongside all this, the mood inside India has also started to shift. Peoples are becoming more vocal, openly questioning America's high tariff and critical remarks on social media and public discussions. There is a growing call for rethink the way Indians consume American products. Many are spreading awareness saying things like, why keep buying Pepsi, Coca-Cola or McDonald's if Washington keeps targeting our economy? These voices may not represent everyone. But the fact that this sentiment is rising shows something important. Indians are no longer silent when pressure comes from outside. On the other side, Prime Minister Modi responded in his own way. Instead of reacting with the anger, he turned toward the America's biggest rival. So why did Trump seems to backtrack so quickly after all this drama? The answer is quite straightforward. India today is a 4.3 trillion economy. It is the fastest growing major economy in the world. And more than that, India is the only country that can balance China's influence in the Asia. If America pushes India away, it is basically pushing New Delhi closer to Beijing and Moscow. For Washington, that's a nightmare scenario. That is why Trump may say something emotional in heat of the moment. But very soon he has to correct himself because the reality is clear. India cannot be ignored. And here lies the beauty of India's strategy. New Delhi has mastered what we call strategic autonomy. It means India does not follow anyone blindly. It can buy cheap oil from Russia to keep prices low for its 1.4 billion people. At the same time, it signs defense and technology deals with United States. It also engages with China to keep regional stability. This balance is not weakness, it is strength. It ensures that no matter who tries to pressure India, in the end they are forced to adjust their positions. So, when we are looking, Trump's words are shifting towards India's relation, we should not see it as a confusion. It's actually proof of how important India has become. His initial comments may have been frustrations, but now the Trump's comments was reflection of reality. The reality in that in 2025 India is not just a partner, it is a power. A power whose choices affect the balance of the entire world. And that is why, even when criticism comes, sooner or later respect has to follow.